Let's talk about a topic that I am developing, I guess, that I named virtual or digital chronicity. And what is this? So, to understand these two words, I will explain them, okay? And virtual is anything that is created by a software or a computer, something that does not exist in real life. And chronicity is a thing that implies it will be in your life for so much time and you will get used to it and it will affect your long term results, etc. It's a thing that maintains on time, right? And virtual chronicity is understanding that you like more the fake world behind a screen built by a software than you like the real world. And it keeps on your life and on your mind for a long period of time. And you start to understand that it's normal. And look, we live on a world that is extremely virtual, right? Uh, most part of jobs can be done remotely. Uh, Jobs that we use cell phones, smartphones, databases, etc., etc., etc. And with COVID, at 2020, we started to increase a lot home office and our use of smartphones and internet and social media, mainly short terms of communication like small videos. The communication tends to adapt to be more faster because of this virtual chronicity. Well, we don't like to spend much time on real world, so we uh, translate that need to our screens and our virtual world, and it as a result we like short videos, short terms of communication, uh small messages and compacts of everything that happens. That's why TikTok exploded, and by consequence Instagram and YouTube, they also adapt and include their own forms of short videos. And we will see the news, and the news now is compact. uh we were used to see the news, and there was like a lot of news and a lot of stuff, a lot of documentaries, long documentaries. But now we want fast communication, we want short communication. And that's one part of virtual chronicity. That's the part of the fast results, less patience to and less uh, less storage to retain information for a long periods of time. And that's really bad because you can't maintain your discipline to read a book or stick to a diet, because you will see the results on the long term. And in a fast society caused by virtual chronicity, you will not see, you will not like to do those things because you won't see fast results. And that's why virtual chronicity is a problem. And another problem is you tend to be in a bubble, on a bubble, because that's how an algorithm works. It works to maintain your information, stick to a bubble, information bubble. And that's why you see people become extremists on politics, on ideas of their ideas about the world. And you start to be less empathic because, well, you just like what you see and what you agree with. So if you understand that there's a lot of people that don't agree with you, you will hate them because they not share your view of the world. And because you're deep in virtual chronicity, you love the virtual world that is not real. Uh, they feed you. They feed no, the virtual world feeds you with the things you like, with the information you like, with the things you want to consume. And your brain tends to be more extremist by liking that more and hate other things more too. So that's why you tend to hate the real world because the real world is like you go to a square and you see a lot of people, a lot of different people, a lot of diversity. And I'm not trying to be woke. I'm just telling the reality. And you see that people are different. People love and like things you don't like, and that's normal. But uh, when you are deep on this virtual world that does not exist, you you like brain rot your brain. You make lobotomy on your mind that you your brain just understand that the world is the things you like, and it's not. When you notice that, when you see the real world and see that the world is different, you kind of hate it. And with this hate, you will be more effective to the virtual world. And that's how you build your virtual chronicity, because it's like a infinite feedback loop when where you see things you don't like, but on the virtual world, you see things you like, and you start hating more the real world and loving more the virtual world. And by the time you realize you want to stay at home and you just go outside to meet with people that likes the same things as you do, and that's it. You are like on jail. Your bubble, it transforms into a jail, a jail of thoughts, because you don't like different thoughts. By the other side, uh, we are humans, and our our history tells us that humans were made to be in society. And, well, the man when the man was not sedentary, when we were collectors and we walked a lot, even on that scenario that is more likely and to thrive, to be successful at this scenario, is better to be alone because you collect and you eat what you find and you don't need to share. Even in this scenario, the man was a collective species. And, well, when we try to be alone and we have virtual chronicity, we stick to this world where, okay, I can find people that like the same thing as you, as me, in online and on the internet. But I will never see you, or I will see these people few days. Like seeing, touching, hugging, talking on person. You will not see these persons often, and this kind of creates depression on your mind because you are not living on a collective world. You are not living in society. You're living your virtual society, in a virtual society is a society that is not real, that is created by software behind a screen, and you're connecting the internet. That's not real, okay? And you kind of lose hope to live because you are kind of depressed and not living the real world, and you pretend you're online avatar, and you are not. You are a human. You have skin, you have flesh, you have organs, you have blood, and this depression drains your will of success. So, by the other hand, we need to understand that this virtual world is where a lot of money is, and not a lot of money, a lot of opportunities. Because I am speaking to you by YouTube and online. I am recording this by a microphone. I am not giving a speech with a lot of audience. No, it's online. And we need to understand that it's a powerful tool. But okay, you can work remotely, you can do your things, you can earn money online, you can expand your network online, but you still need to live the real world, because as I say, you have flesh, you have organs, you have feelings, and these things, they are real. They are not virtual. You need to at least practice some sport, at least go to a pub to chat with a person you don't know and that disagree with things you think. That's how you will gain more attractiveness to real life. And by loving real life, it means you're loving living. Okay. I And that's kind of personal because I grew on a world, on the virtual world. My parents, they are present, but they let me develop my online avatar more than I developed my real life person. And I loved for a lot of time of my life. I loved more the internet than I loved the real life. And I was I was on the edge of a cliff that the gym saved me, because when I started to work out, I understood that real life is beautiful, and I hope you do at some point too.